Hello, you are with me, the voice of ability for persons with disability. United Nations statistics estimate that over 600 million people live with disability globally, and over 400 million people live with disability in Africa. 40% of Africa's population are made up of people living with disability. 10 to 15% of school-age children in Africa live with disability. Ghana's population is over 32 million, and 8% are people living with disability. How does this impact on persons with disability in terms of policy formulation, marriage and family life, education, healthcare, employment, and so on? For those of us in the disability community, discrimination and stigmatization is the root cause of almost every challenge we face. However, success only comes to those who know how to overcome their challenges and not those who know how to avoid challenges. So join me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability, as I navigate my way through the riveting stories, the unbelievable experiences, and the life-transforming journeys of persons with disability on the Helping Hand TV show.
At the National Theatre, we got down and I sat by the fountain and I played in the water. That was when the earth trauma happened, and people were trying to escape. People got hurt that day in the news. And when it happened and my mom saw how people had gotten hurt and the kind of stampede that had happened, my mom was so grateful. I felt uncomfortable when we had, because how was I supposed to have survived that situation?
We'll be right back.
God bless our homeland, Ghana. It's happening here again on the soils of Ghana. The first ever, the best ever, the greatest ever, and the only prestigious award for persons with disability. It's the Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards. It's the 2026 edition of the prestigious Chill Awards. Right here in Ghana, West Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is finally here. It is the official opening for the nominations for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards, valid from 1st October to 31st of December 2025. Eligibility for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Chill Awards includes persons with disability or institutions of persons with disability who have made exceptional contributions and have demonstrated outstanding leadership in the disability community and national development in the following categories: 1. Education, 2. Entrepreneurship, and 3. Disability sports. To submit your nomination, kindly visit www.chillawards.com. Click on the nomination process button, complete the form with your details, and attach required supporting media and references. Then submit. Take your place in the noble race of change makers. It's the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards, Chill Awards 2026. For further enquiries, kindly contact the H4P Organization on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338 or +233 277 552 208. Remember, it's the official opening for nominations for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards from 1st October to 31st December 2025. The prestigious Chill Awards 2026. Powered by the H4P Organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Welcome back.
Today on the Helping Hand TV show, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability brings you a continuation on the documentary on building hope beyond burns, where he shares the inspiring story of Judith Kato Addison, a burn survivor, advocate, and founder of Beyond Burns International. Judith has transformed her personal tragedy into a powerful movement. Her journey, which began at just 10 years old when a devastating gas explosion left her with life-altering burns, has redefined her path in life. As Judith's journey unfolds, her courage continues to light the path ahead, transforming pain into purpose and challenges into triumph. Join us as we follow the next chapter of her remarkable story, where resilience rises and hope shines even brighter.
We'll be right back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. And today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend. Others call her the sweet companion. And others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable. And she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samana Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the top most made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P Organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners.
Nature's finest stash.
Welcome back.
Judith has endured the invisible wounds of discrimination. She was often met with pointing fingers, whispered comments, and isolating stares.
When I left the hospital and got home, staying at home became very boring. In 1997, Ghana was 40. They had packed Kwame Nkrumah's Rolls Royce in front of the National Theatre, and there was going to be some kind of children's activity at the H4P Sutherland Children's Park. I heard on radio and I told my mom I want to attend that program. My mom didn't want to just say, oh no, you can't go. But yeah, she quietly tries, oh, there'll be so many people, and oh, you will not get anywhere to stand. Oh, we'll not get a place to sit. You know, you cannot stand. You have to find it. I'm like, oh, it will be a good time to get out of the house to see what is going on. So after my mom had talked plenty, I'm like, so we'll go. And she accepted for us to go. They had put pictures. It made it look like a museum, sort of activities, leading old pictures of Nkrumah and everybody at the time, all those pictures. And we went upstairs. I was dressed in a long skirt and a shirt that just had this short sleeve. And then I wore a cap. When we were entering, a lot of people were entering. So I don't think people really noticed me. So my mom was with me. Everybody was entering, so we were able to enter. But while we were there, I started feeling very uncomfortable. And I told my mom I wanted us to go out. So she was like, you wanted to see this thing so badly, and all of a sudden you want us to get out. And I was like, no, I'm feeling uneasy. I want us to get down. They have these statues at the National Theatre. We got down and I sat by the fountain and I played in the water. That was when the earth trauma happened. And people were trying to escape. People got hurt that day in the news. And when it happened and my mom saw how people had gotten hurt and the kind of stampede that had happened, my mom was so grateful. I felt uncomfortable when we had, because how was I supposed to have survived that situation? It was like a prompting to get out of the place. So that's how I was sitting there. I just felt something move, like a big truck had moved. So when it happened and people were rushing and people trying to leave, that was when my mom was like, we should go to H4P Sutherland place. Because the children there didn't feel much. They were still there playing. We got to the place. And the moment we showed up and the children saw me, the comments, people running away, it was a lot. And I cried. I cried to a point where my mom and I had to go and sit somewhere separately. She was also crying beside me and trying to encourage me. And eventually we picked the car and then we left the house. Yeah. So, I mean, these experiences just made me know that, like, this is the reception I'm going to get all the time. And that day I promised that I wasn't going to cry because people made any comments. I had made that promise and I was keeping it. I thought I was till I went to school and my friends behaved that way and then I cried again. But after that, I haven't cried again. Because, like, at some point, you have to be able to deal with this.
For many young women who survive severe burns, the fear of never being seen as worthy of love or marriage can be overwhelming. But for Judith, marriage was secondary. Her greatest mission was to prove that her value and identity reached far beyond her scars.
It's never been in my mind that I wouldn't get married because of burns. Although while I was in JHS, I mean, I don't think anybody regarded me as, you know, one of the nice girls. I looked okay on the outside, but I hadn't learned to appreciate my skin like, oh, this is beautiful. You know, I wasn't lying to myself that it was at the time. I'm just saying how I felt at the time. So back then, I didn't think it was so beautiful. But I gave myself the grace. I didn't put the pressure on myself to look pleasing to a man. I didn't think about marriage. When I thought about a nice girl, I didn't think about me. But I didn't think that I wasn't nice. I don't know. It was neither here nor there for me. When we got to SS, it wasn't on my mind immediately. My immediate thing was to study, improve myself, that I wasn't just a burn survivor. So that was my focus from that point of the burn till I remember when I started thinking that I was pretty. And this was in National. And I didn't tell anybody what I saw or how I saw it or what. But I remember standing in the balcony and looking into the mirror. I was just regularly brushing. You know, back then we would brush our hair till we had some curls in there. And I had finished brushing my hair. But instantly I looked into the mirror again and I noticed, to me, my face had changed. I can't explain this to anybody, but it was a different perspective to what I had seen the day before. You know, it seemed to me that you are looking bright. When by bright, I don't mean I was looking fair. It seemed like I could see something different about myself, and it was beautiful to me. There are people that become friends with you where you can tell that under normal circumstances, this friendship would have evolved into, oh, I like you, I want us to date. But then I could tell the inhibitions that they had. And I can't miss it when I see you contemplate. Like, it's not something that I would miss. It's very easy for me to realize or think what you are thinking. You know, I realize that you are concerned. I see. You can't even hide it. You might not tell me, but I know that this is what. And that also made me not want to do anything like a blind date. I didn't want to do meeting people for the first time. If you know me already and want to have a conversation, fine. But I'm not about to put myself into a circumstance or a situation where I get to be judged or get to be assessed whether you like what you're seeing on, like, no, I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. Yeah. So, I mean, I just didn't do it. And there was one time where I met a guy that I was speaking to over the phone, and it wasn't even for that purpose. But this guy was very, naturally when you're speaking to a guy over a phone for a while, over whatever matter, oh, let's go to church, or I'm taking you to my church or something. From a guy's perspective, they might be thinking they have a girl. There's a possibility, And I remember us speaking over the phone for a while, and then the day came, I was going to show them where my church was. And we met at Ofanko, the runabout over there. We were supposed to meet there so that I take them to church. And the whole time, I could feel the guy's excitement and everything. The day we met, this is you, this is me. The guy had no idea what to say. And he didn't handle it well, because it was so awkward. And he eventually said he couldn't even come to the church anymore, that his mother had sent him to do, like, this was somebody that was coming to the church, So yeah, I just don't do meeting people, that way.
We'll be right back. Success is a product of hard and wise work. Here's 60-second success with the Bishop. Stay tuned.
Welcome to 60-second success with the Bishop, where I give you success nuggets for a successful life. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. But small minds discuss people. Ideas rule the world. Ideas shape the world. Ideas progress the world. To be successful, you must either be an originator of an innovative idea, or you must be skilled and equipped enough to administrate an original idea. To be successful, you must be focused on working on ideas that create impact, ideas that make others better, ideas that make society better. Remember that ordinary people would always talk about other people, but extraordinary people would always talk about ideas that bring progress to other people. That is what makes you a successful person. It has taken 60 seconds for me to give you this success tip, but it will take more than 60 seconds for you to put it to work in your life. So start your journey to success now.
Here's 60-second success with the Bishop. Welcome back.
As Judith's journey unfolds, her courage continues to light the path ahead, transforming pain into purpose and challenges into triumph.
I went to the University of Ghana. My first degree was in nutrition and food science. I wanted to go to medical school. I did my exam, everything. I got to go for the interview. And I wasn't given the opportunity to enter medical school after the interview. I wasn't the only one. It's quite a number of people. Now, when I think about it, I realize that I wasn't meant to go to medical school. Like, when I look at the life that I have now, the flexibility to even run this, the things that I love to do now, when I look at all that, it doesn't match the life I was going for in medical school. But yes, I was really hurt when at the time I didn't make it, because I felt like, I have made it to interview. Why didn't I make the cut? I was able to get over that, and then I did nutrition and food science. Then I started doing my master's in nutrition. While I was doing my master's, at some point I started visiting patients in the hospital. Because when this whole thing happened, my mom would say that I would tell my story when I grew up. And I didn't understand where I would tell the story or how I would tell it. But I felt like I had a responsibility in burns. I couldn't clearly tell what the responsibility was. But when I started doing my master's in nutrition, the structure of the projects that we did, it made me start seeing the light, because we were taking courses in advocacy, community health. So looking at how the whole thing was structured, I started seeing, okay, if I take up advocacy and we want to help children in the hospital, these are the kinds of things that we can do. I was looking at the template for my nutrition project to extrapolate to this. So I had started visiting the people in the hospital. I would go there with pineapple, orange, and stuff. Then with time, people started saying, "Oh, I can't pay my hospital bills," and this is very common in burns. It's like an accident that happens. Many people are not prepared financially for it. And when it's something that affects your physical appearance and shows invisible scars, it takes another dimension of toll on the individual, emotionally, socially, psychologically. Like, how are people handling these things? So many times you enter the burns ward, it kind of dampens your spirit a bit. People have so many stories of what happened to them and the circumstances under which they're living. Yeah. So when they started, people say expecting this, I was thinking, "Charlie, I'm even using my transportation and money for food to buy these things that I'm buying," and it was becoming a lot. So I put that whole thing on hold. But before I finished my master's, I actually wrote down something on what I wanted to do for this. It is not the exact way that we are rolling it up now.
In 2024, Judith took a historic step by founding Beyond Burns International, a groundbreaking non-profit that coincided with the first ever World Burns Awareness Week in November.
Beyond Burns stands for the life that we are looking to have beyond burns. What happens beyond the burns? Speaking beyond burns in the hospital is beyond burns, beyond the day that you were in the flame, right? What happens to yourself, your confidence, your career? What is happening? What's a life beyond burns? And so we assist people for medical treatment, surgical treatment is beyond the burns, psychological treatment is beyond the burns. We are trying to help people attain some skills, still beyond the burns. Even if just the interrelations that you have, like just the person-to-person relationships, which helps, make you feel alive again, make you feel like you're not alone. This peer support is life beyond burns.
The organization is dedicated to prevention, advocacy, and survivor empowerment. It partners with leading institutions such as Kolebu Teaching Hospital's National Reconstructive Plastic Surgery and Burns Center to provide access to psychological care, peer support groups, and survivor-focused interventions.
We started off with a donation to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We had good rapport, relationship with the National Reconstructive Plastic Surgery and Burns Center. That helped us to make that donation, which was supposed to cater for the patients in the hospital. There were about 22 patients. What we are doing is providing dressing supplies, cotton wool, gauze, detergent. So providing these things, and even some treats like maybe white milk, some pastries. So we made that donation to the hospital, and we gave money to support the treatment of 3 of the children in the hospital. That was the first thing we did before we started extending our help to children at the Ridge Hospital. And currently we get calls from all over, from Sunyani, from Tamale, because people are watching our social media and seeing the impact that we are making. That's one thing. We have built a support group for burn survivors, which group is very essential for like psychosocial well-being of survivors beyond the hospital. Like I said, when you leave the hospital, you think, oh, now I'm fine. You get home and you realize that it's a whole new world. You have to adapt again or readapt to the society. So yeah, that is very helpful for us as survivors, knowing that this survivor is doing this and that is very important. We have done burns awareness education in schools. We've done that, which we are going to reinforce again this November, because November is World Burns Week. We were part of World Burns Week, the first ever World Burns Week last year, and Beyond Burns was represented beautifully because I was part of the panel. I was speaking about burns from a survivor's point of view, what challenges there are in our healthcare system. So yeah. We also have done the skills training program, which we did in collaboration with the National Reconstructive Plastic Surgery and Burns Center and then the National Youth Authority. So we did this where we gave burn survivors an opportunity to learn a skill that would help them become more financially independent.
We'll be right back.
It's the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
It's all because of you. It's all because of your grace that I'm still standing here right now. It's all because of you. It's all because of your love that I'm still standing. I could have missed my way. I could have fallen on the wayside, but you were always there to help me. I could have missed my way. I could have fallen on the wayside, but you always help me. Lord, I'm amazed by how you show me mercy. Chineke mo, thank you for your mercy. Lord, I'm amazed by how you show me mercy. Chineke mo, thank you for your mercy. It's all because of you. It's all because of your grace that I'm still standing here right now. It's all because of you, Jesus. It's all because of your love that I'm still standing. Oh, I could have missed my way. I could have fallen on the wayside, but you're always there to help me. I could have missed
Welcome back.
Judith's advocacy is multifaceted. She raises awareness about the leading causes of burns in Ghana, particularly scalds from hot water among children and gas explosions that continue to endanger families. Through school outreach programs, she and her team educate students and teachers on empathy, inclusion, and safety.
The majority of burns, more than 50% of burns, are through hot water burns. And then, yes, there's a hot soup. The child, this one of our survivors, I posted him recently on our social media. He was standing on a stool trying to take something from the table, needle from the table. And while he was doing it, the stool just slipped a bit, and then he fell into the palm soup that was on the coal pot. It speaks to our setting, our setting. People have the kitchen in their living areas. And the way our local coal pot is, it's just so close to the floor that any toddler can easily reach or topple over, So yes, it's a cultural thing, but it's causing a lot of harm to these children. Yes, so hot water burns are the commonest. It's not gas, which is what happened to me. It's not gas as the most common form of burns. It's hot water burns. And these are very preventable. Immediately you have made hot water for bathing your child. Before you make it, you should have already fetched your cold water for mixing hot water. So the moment you take the hot water, you are pouring it into cold water and mixing, checking temperature before you leave it to go and get a towel or a sponge or whatever it is that you want to get. But many people will make the hot water, pour it into the basin or into the bucket, and then go and fetch cold water. Before you come, your child will be so badly wounded. These things that are so expensive to treat, we have to pay more attention to, because it's totally unfortunate. You could totally have done without your child falling into hot water. You could have done without it. It could have been prevented, So these are preventable, and the message has to go that mothers, take care of your children better, be more vigilant, know that these things are hazardous to every child. Mix hot water immediately with cold water before you leave it unattended.
As the world marks World Burns Awareness Week 2025, Judith remains a beacon of courage. She insists on redefining survivorship, not as a story of pity, but as one of strength, dignity, and purpose.
The theme for this year's World Burns Week is mainly about prevention, saying prevention is key when it comes to burns. And the main focus is going to be on low-resourced areas. In Ghana, when you have severe burns, you have to come to Accra. You have to come to the National Reconstructive Burn Center, yes. And that is a problem because of the passage time.
On media platforms and in policy circles, she champions affordable treatments, national health insurance coverage for burns care, and systemic reforms to ease survivors' financial burdens.
When something has happened to someone, they have to get immediate treatment. Access is really important. Access, not to say, oh, yes, we have a reconstructive burn center, but where is it? What if I'm in Tamale? I can go to maybe the Tamale General Hospital. Maybe that is the part. If it becomes serious, do I still get the best treatment there? What if I'm not in Tamale? What if I'm somewhere that needs to be transported safely? Where would I go? Do you understand? For basic burns, I think they're able to treat at the clinic level. But extreme burns would have to come to Accra or Ridge Hospital. If you come here, many people are afraid of how much it costs. So you see that prevention is key in the whole burn story, because many of the burns are preventable. If we are able to prevent it, then we do not have to incur the cost that come with it. Because when finances become a barrier to getting the best or optimum care, then it also affects the outcome your recovery outcome, whether you're going to leave the hospital with contractures. Because I remember, like in the hospital, they try to do physiotherapy to help straighten. For me, I don't have this finger very straight. If you look at it, it's not very straight. It's almost like this. Because while I was healing, we missed that part, ensuring that it straightens out the whole time. Because when you have burns, you try to put yourself in the best position that manages your pain. So if maybe stretching my hand was very difficult, gradually, subconsciously, I'll start bending in the same way. And while you bend, healing continues, and then it continues by sealing the area. So you end up well, and you'd realize you have contracted. This is very minor. I've not even tried to correct it before. I'm living with it. It's not a problem to me at all. But imagine if over here, at some point, I was keeping my hand like this. When it seals, it will be hard for me to straighten my hand. You get it? And all of these things, like doing physiotherapy, getting psychological support, these are paid services. If somebody came all the way from Sefi to Accra for treatment and you discharge them, but they are supposed to come for physiotherapy, just distance alone would be a barrier to them getting optimum care. Finances. So for someone, it's not just about, it's a long distance to cover, but it is also that I do not have the transportation from this point to that place. All these things stand as barriers to accessing optimum care.
As her mission grows, she calls on partners and kind-hearted supporters to join her in expanding this life-changing work.
We are still looking for partnerships. This year, we were able to get some partnerships to do some of our activities, like the skills training. We were able to get partnerships to do. We need partnership for a lot of the things that we do. We need partnership when it comes to like funding our activities. A lot of calls coming in about help us pay this, help us pay that. It's all money. These collaborations that would help fund some of our activities will be great. You can check out our website to see what we've been doing, www.beyondburnsint.com. You'll find out what we are doing there. We're on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We are there. You can reach us on 0594108880 to speak to me directly and say how you want to help us or be part of what we are doing.
In heartfelt gratitude, Judith honors the H4P Organization and its visionary CEO, Bishop Charles Kofi Hartman, whose unwavering commitment has secured years of national television airtime to uplift the voices of persons with disability. She celebrates the privilege of sharing her journey on this remarkable platform.
At this point, I want to say a huge thank you to H4P for coming on board to help us telecast this. This is really huge. Thank you so much for the airtime. And I want to say a big thank you to Bishop Charles Kofi Hartman. This is a great initiative considering people with disability and letting their voices be heard. I think this is an area where many people overlook, in our society. There's so much people are focused on. There's so much that is happening that cases like disability just happen to creep under the carpet. But to cast light on this and pursue this for years, thank you so much for being the light in an area that hitherto would not have been considered. So God bless you.
So this is why we do this show, to bring dignity to disability, to bring hope to those who are hopeless. So all those who contribute to H4P through our mobile money system, thank you so much for helping us do this job. God richly bless you. If you are not yet part of those who help H4P through the mobile money system, I think it's time for you to decide to be a help to the Helping Hand TV show.
You can also support H4P in bringing dignity to disability. Give today via our MTN mobile money on +233 596 313 338. The name is H4P. You can also send your donations via bank transfer. Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited, Rich Towers Branch, Accra, Ghana. Account name is H4P Helping Hand Project Fund. The account number is 20-900-308-70805. You can also visit our website H4POrganization.org for more information. Thank you and God richly bless you. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
God bless our homeland Ghana. It's happening here again on the soils of Ghana. The first ever, the best ever, the greatest ever, and the only prestigious award for persons with disability. It's the Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards. It's the 2026 edition of the prestigious Chill Awards. Right here in Ghana, West Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is finally here. It is the official opening for the nominations for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards, valid from 1st October to 31st of December 2025. Eligibility for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Chill Awards includes persons with disability or institutions of persons with disability who have made exceptional contributions and have demonstrated outstanding leadership in the disability community and national development in the following categories: 1. Education, 2. Entrepreneurship, and 3. Disability sports. To submit your nomination, kindly visit www.chillawards.com. Click on the nomination process button, complete the form with your details, and attach required supporting media and references. Then submit. Take your place in the noble race of change makers. It's the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards, Chill Awards 2026. For further enquiries, kindly contact the H4P Organization on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338 or +233 277 552 208. Remember, it's the official opening for nominations for the 2026 edition of the prestigious Christina Hackman Impact Leadership Awards from 1st October to 31st December 2025. The prestigious Chill Awards 2026. Powered by the H4P Organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.